Akriti, 5 years, 50 crores in revenue, all the celebrities wearing your clothes. How did you get all of them to wear your clothes? One phone call changed your life.
2 phone calls, learning journey. I was like sitting on Alibaba all day. I think I'd almost closed with my brother that we launch a massager brand. Everything else was ready. I built the website myself. I
Okay.
built the logo myself. When we started, we didn't know what we're getting into, right? Like it was an unorganized space. We knew it's an artisanal product, but at scale, how would things pan out? We had no idea.
And you started with 3 lakhs.
Lucknow was empty when we went.
तो आपके शुरू के first 100 customers कैसे हैं?
We had a hard time fixing a lot of things after 2 months operationally as well. We realized we needed a stronger team. It was a very challenging time for 1.5 years.
What was the journey like from say 100 to the next 3,000 customers? What was working, what was not working?
Please, let me skip to the good part.
Akriti, 5 years, 50 crores in revenue, all the celebrities wearing your clothes, right? One phone call changed your life. Take us back to that moment.
There were actually two phone calls. One was जो कारीगर थे जिन्होंने मेरी मॉम को कॉल किया था, which I've said a couple of times that that's how the business started, that's how the idea came. तो उन्होंने हमें कोविड के दौरान they called us that they wanted some extra work for themselves because that time he had I think lost some of his work. इतना काम नहीं था तो hand embroidery करते थे वो मेरे mom के garments पे, and he had called mom asking for work, which is why the idea, that's how the idea sparked. And then in 2022, the second phone call was when we got to know we got selected for Shark Tank, and we went to Bombay to, for the shoot of the episode that was supposed to air few months later. So yeah, both those calls were life changing.
Tell me about the first one. क्या बोला उन्होंने फोन पे? कैसे आपको लगा कि इसमें कुछ करना चाहिए?
So उन्होंने तो बस मॉम को जनरली कॉल किया था कि he wanted to make something extra for mom. जैसे मॉम अपने गारमेंट्स हमेशा बनवाती रहती थी, मेरे गारमेंट्स बनवाती रहती थी, एम्ब्रॉयडरी करवा लिया कभी. मॉम would like something, so she was always a very creative person. She would keep designing for herself, for me, and she would just like some embroidery somewhere and she would try to get that done on our garments. And koi photos mein bhi if she would see someone wearing, she would try to get that made. So he just asked her ki if you have something extra to get made this month because I need money. So he actually just called for work ki apna banwa lo aap. And my mom mentioned to me that do you want to get something made? मैं अपना तुम्हारा बनवा देती हूँ. Like, he needs some extra income. So I was in that zone that time of finding something like the idea to build. Like I was very
So
sure
you were
that,
looking for something to build.
yeah. I was very actively on a business hunt. I was sure that I want to do something in e-commerce, D2C, and I want to build a brand. I had not decided on the industry. I had not decided on what product it would be, but I was very sure that I do want to build a brand of my own and on D2C because I was very fascinated.
ये क्लैरिटी आपको कैसे आई कि D2C ई-कॉमर्स ब्रांड? बहुत कुछ आपने ट्राई करा और फिर ये क्लैरिटी आई?
ये क्लैरिटी इसलिए आई बिकॉज आई हैड ग्रेजुएटेड फ्रॉम लंदन एंड कम बैक अराउंड 2019. तो उसके बाद मैंने एक फैशन स्टार्टअप में काम किया था यहाँ पर फॉर ऑलमोस्ट अ ईयर बिफोर कोविड इन देयर मार्केटिंग टीम, एंड दे वर बिल्डिंग देयर ओन वेबसाइट. And I was just very fascinated. I had learned Shopify नया अपनी जॉब पे कि backend Shopify का कैसे संभालते हैं. Shopify was very new in India. And at that time, Kylie Cosmetics in US was like a crazy brand like that Kylie Jenner had built. And उनकी वेबसाइट Shopify पे थी. So I was just very intrigued that अभी से पहले तो marketplace पे brands बनते थे. And it was just a very new time, like for brands to build their own website, bring traffic on their own website and build a community of your own. तो जब मैंने अपनी जॉब में शॉपिफाई की मुझे नॉलेज हुई थी तो मैं बहुत फैसिनेटेड थी इस बात से कि अपनी वेबसाइट पे भी आप ट्रैफिक बिल्ड कर सकते हो. यू डोंट हैव टू रिलाई ऑन अ third party marketplace to bring traffic. You can run ads and bring it on your own website. So because that was my 1 year experience, and because I was like really intrigued by brand building, like when I was seeing all these new age brands come up, I think some of the brands that were capitalizing Instagram was really exciting. How brands like Lululemon at that time were building communities. They've been like at the forefront of doing this for years. So मुझे बहुत बस exciting लगता था that okay, they are building their own purpose and they are building their own community. So you can do it. Like if you understand consumer, you can do it. And that was the idea, that I will build my own story. So I think, yeah, that's how it started. And because I was so fascinated with all this, I started doing courses on Shopify. I started doing some courses on Facebook marketing.
very
Ki
interesting.
6 months, I left my job in 2020. And I thought कि अब मेरे को अपना कुछ करना है. I need to do a few courses to gain some knowledge. Then I'll launch my own brand, not knowing which product it'll be. So for 6 months, I was just like, I have those books. I was taking notes on Facebook marketing because I just wanted to learn how to do it myself, because I knew that for the first 1 or 2 years, I
Sharpening
probably
the axe, basically.
yeah, I probably won't be able to hire anyone else, right? So that was the idea. And yeah, I mean, it started with one thing, and then while I was on that like learning journey, I was like sitting on Alibaba all day, looking at what are the new products in different industries. Can I do this? There are a lot of 4-5 other products that came almost to closure.
Such as?
Yeah, I think I'd almost closed with my brother that we launch a massager brand.
Okay.
We had decided the name, we had decided everything, and then I think because of COVID, there were some shipping issues also from China, and then some people like did not believe in the idea enough, so we just decided to okay wait it out कि वो रेडी है, जब कोविड ठीक होगा अगर इस पे हमें वर्क करना है, जैसे ही कोविड थोड़ा सेटल होगा फिर हम मसाजर ब्रांड वहां से सामान मंगा के
Okay.
So we had planned like drop shipping पे पूरा मैंने पढ़ लिया था, because I wanted to keep the inventory lean and everything in the beginning. So काफी चीजें हो चुकी थी, like it was so it wasn't that House of Chicken Curry just started. The back end, and I had to work on myself, had already been done for
Yeah.
7-8 months.
Yeah.
So when time came to launch, we were actually just ready. We just needed a product. Everything else was ready. I built the website myself. I
Okay.
built the logo myself. I paid 3,000 to someone to just put it into like a creative
PSD file and this and
PSD
that.
file. Like I
हाँ.
explained कि मुझे ये चाहिए, इसी वे में चाहिए, यहाँ पर ये लगा दो, मुझे करना नहीं आता है. I can explain what I want. So everything was done myself, like the first, I would say, few months. And yeah, so this was the idea. Then because I was on the hunt and this topic came up, I started reading a little bit about hand embroidery after the Karigar called. And I came across chicken curry. I was a very Instagram savvy person myself. So when I started thinking about this idea and came across chicken curry on Google and everything, I searched on Instagram, chicken curry, and nothing came up. So that's when I thought, okay, this is not yet on Instagram. That means there is no brand yet doing this. Then I went on Google and actively searched for brands, and there was actually no one. So
Okay.
the only
So you found a white space actually.
yeah. So I actually typed chicken curry everywhere and I did find a brand. I just saw very local, unorganized players. I'm not saying no one was selling it. People were selling it. But was there a brand selling it? No. So it was largely unorganized. So that really excited me that, okay, there is no brand yet. So I can come in and I can build one.
Right.
So it is ethnic wear and there is a lot of competition, but within this niche, there isn't. So I can pick my niche and I can build the niche. That was the idea. Like I really thought that there was no one doing it.
So your research that gave you the conviction
Yeah.
was कि Google, Instagram पे कोई नहीं है. And was that enough conviction for you to
For
say
me,
कि-
it was.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, it was because one, I'll tell you 3 check boxes that I had in my head. Why I went ahead with this idea finally. I had thought of so many ideas. One was no one was doing it in an organized format as a brand. No one came out and stood for the authenticity. That, okay, we are selling chicken curry, but we are selling authentic chicken curry.
Hand embroidered.
Yeah. And there were people on marketplaces who were selling chicken curry, but I could see it's machine.
Machine.
They're just using the name chicken curry. So that was a very big reason for me. Second, when I asked my mom to show me one of her kurtas, was that what is the price point? And she said something around 2,000-3,000 at that time. And that gave me the second layer of confidence that, oh, you're getting a hand embroidered kurta for 2,000-3,000. That means that if you're getting it for this much, the procurement must be whatever lesser than that. So that means there can be enough margin to build a brand. And also, third, that the product had a very strong story. So I was very sure that I wanted to build a brand around purpose and storytelling because I thought that that was something I understood the best. And as a consumer, I would connect with brands that had a story, right? So the third checkbox of the like nature of chicken curry is that the product itself has a very strong story. I can come and I can deliver that story in a better way, but the story is strong in itself. Even if Akriti did it or did not do it, the product in itself has a very deep story that goes years, back, and like people know about it. People know what chicken curry is. A lot of people don't. That's where education comes in, but the story is strong. It is an artisanal product, right? I don't have to build a purpose around it. There is purpose in that product already. So these three check boxes of price, the story, and the unorganized nature of the business. So these three things were very, very strong. And I thought that it was enough for me to give it a shot. I'm not sure that I'm going to, at that point, I wasn't, like I'm saying, at that point, I'm not sure that, okay, ye banega bada ki nahi, but is it worth giving it a shot? That was the answer that these 3 points, that was the question these 3 points were answering.
And just a quick note, you mentioned that you connect with brands that have a story, right?
Yeah.
पर्सनली मुझे ये इतना समझ नहीं है. मुझे हमेशा लगता है अगर कोई प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहा है तो बहुत अच्छी बात है, राइट? प्रॉब्लम नहीं सॉल्व कर रहा है तो फॉरगेट इट. मे बी लाइक आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड कि कैसे कोई एक स्टोरी से कनेक्ट करके एक ब्रांड को एडवांटेज मिलता है, प्रोडक्ट को एडवांटेज मिलता है. कैन यू शेयर अ लिटिल अबाउट दैट?
So when I say I connect with a brand that has a story, it is mostly referring to new age brands, right? Obviously, heritage legacy brands, they have done things the way they have done. We all know we have strong recall. They've built that recall over
Yeah.
years. But I think probably Nike in a heritage brand for me is one of the strongest storytelling brands, right? The way they have positioned and built the brand story over so many years. Personally, for me, I have not even looked at anything but Nike in my life. Like
For the longest time, I was the
For
same,
me,
yeah.
it's nothing else. Like I will probably not even enter into another store, a competitor store, because the story is so strongly built. The recall is so strongly built in my head. But mostly for new age brands, like heritage and legacy brands, I would still say it's different. But if I talk about new age brands right now, because I was an Instagram savvy person, or I shopped online a lot more. There were a lot of new age brands coming in, and how do you trust? So the trust factor also, like we inherently as Indians have this built that everyone's a fraud.
Yeah.
कि सब मेरे पैसे लेके भाग जाएंगे तो मैं COD ही कर सकती हूँ, right? That is built in us now because of so many scams that have also happened, so many cyber crimes that also happen. So I personally only shop from brands where early on when we started तब influencer marketing शुरू हुआ था, where either someone I trusted was coming out and talking about the brand, or फाउंडर लेड कंटेंट उस टाइम पे इतना नहीं था, बट हम लोगों ने वो उस टाइम पर किया था. बिकॉज वी रियलाइज दैट if we are new, we don't have cash on delivery. We didn't have cash on delivery for 2 years.
Oh wow, okay.
So we reached, I think, 15 crores of revenue without any cash on delivery.
Okay.
And my team used to keep telling me that we need to like put COD live now, like, how will we scale and stuff. And I just had this very strong feeling that the day, like, I feel that I have enough trust because I've done orders all prepaid. That means, like, then I will like probably launch it.
Yeah.
Because
Which is a very good call actually. COD में बहुत returns होते हैं.
हाँ, and अभी भी obviously after we launched, it came with its own set of operational challenges. But at that time we were ready to handle it.
Yeah.
Early on we were not ready to handle cash on delivery challenges at all. So the focus then was always that, okay, now we're a new brand. We don't have cash on delivery. We want Indian people, Indian community to pay us before we ship. So the trust level has to be so high for someone to be able to take that decision that everything we did was trust led. Whether it was us coming in front of the camera, whether it was the team coming in front of the camera, showing that there is real people behind this and your money is safe with us. And now founder led content is a thing.
Yeah.
But when we started, it wasn't a thing. We didn't have any option. How do we build the trust? Now we can't hire a big celeb to get that trust. We don't have the funds. We can't even afford an influencer, I'm saying.
Yeah.
We used to do just barter deals. And what do we do? The only way you can earn the trust, then come out and be authentic. Be yourself. Tell them that, this is the effort, this is the team. You order your money safe. That's the implicit feeling that we're trying to give. And I think that really, really helped. Without realizing what we were doing, we actually built that trust so strong. And even today, like, it is a rule in our company that no one's money will be kept with us if the customer is not happy. There are actually cases where there have been product defects that the customers have found after even a month, and our policy does not say that. But if we feel we're at fault, as a brand, we return the money. Because I feel trust एक बार टूटता है बस.
उसके बाद never
हाँ,
comes
so you have to give people that confidence that it's fine if you don't like our product, we'll do better next time, but you can take your money back. So that was really, I think, the focus the first 2 years, that COD के बिना orders कैसे लाएं. So mom and I just kept coming in front of the camera, more than me, mom, team, people who were packing the orders, everyone.
So let's go back to how you started, right? Idea आ गया आपको, you were looking for an idea, you realized कि यहाँ पे gap है. What happens from here on? Do you go to Lucknow? Do you talk to people? क्या हुआ?
So जब हमें gap समझ में आ गया था, then I just told my mom that, like I mentioned, my mom had a very strong interest in fabrics and designing since a while. So she obviously automatically got excited that this idea is exciting me. All my other ideas also, she was fully supportive, but like I think this one, her eyes lit up because it was something that she was also really passionate about. And I just told her ki, yeah, I like this idea and I don't know where to start. कहाँ मिलती है चिकन कारी? लखनऊ में मिलती है, यही सुना है. So how do we start? Do we know anyone? Then there are 1 or 2 family friends that we had. So mom said that I'll speak to them. Let's go. And this is, I think, probably June or July 2020. Around that time, it was COVID. And my mom said, let's go. So I said, Mom, there's COVID. And my mom had a major slip disc at that time. And I said, how will you go? Like, we have to travel and we're planning to go by car. So I was like, how will you go? And but अगर हमें करना है तो टाइम अभी है. I told her, because festive season आ रहा है. So if we want to test and know that this is it, we have to test it in this festive season so that we have an answer, yes or no.
Very cool, yeah.
So I just said this, and she said that if we have to test it in this festive season, then we are going. And with her slip disc on, she just did not even think, and she came, and she pushed me. I was really scared. She really pushed me that let's go, we'll do it, we'll figure it out, we'll go there and we'll see. And that's what happened, exactly what happened. And other than that, like once we, I think, reached there, it was very new for us. We just asked our family friends, ki, where do you get chicken curry? We went there. We met a couple of people who said they were manufacturers or who said they were like artisans or embroidering themselves. Tested, picked up a few samples from them of goods that they already had made to understand if there is interest in it, and tried with it. And in the first month, we paid all the money back that we had invested, which was 3 lakhs. And that's how it started for us. So, but now obviously, when we started, we didn't know what we're getting into, right? It was an unorganized space. We knew it's an artisanal product, but at scale, how would things pan out? We had no idea.
Of course.
We just went ahead with testing ki chicken curry mein space hai ki nahi. We got that answer in the next 2 months.
So आप लखनऊ गए, आप मैन्युफैक्चरर्स, ट्रेडर्स, जो भी चिकन कारी बेच रहा था उनसे मिले एंड शॉर्टलिस्ट किया प्रोडक्ट्स को.
हाँ, मतलब हम लोग इन्वेंट्री लेकर आ गए, थोड़ी
खरीद के आ गए.
हाँ, कि हम इन्वेंट्री
यहाँ
आके
आके बेचेंगे.
कि we'll just see कि how does it work. We have
And you started with 3 lakhs. That's insane.
Yeah, and 3 lakhs में I think हम लोग लखनऊ से हम लोगों ने डिसाइड किया था कि हम 1 लाख रखेंगे एक्स्ट्रा फंड्स, जो वापस आके हम लोग if we need to buy packaging material, team तो घर से ही we started. So we didn't really have a team, and we didn't have any rent or any kharcha because we set it up in the basement of our home. So the only kharcha was packaging material. Then it was everything else I was handling and mom was handling. Division थी कि marketing and social media I'll handle, mom will handle जो भी orders आएंगे, packing, inventory थोड़ा बहुत जो भी. And our domestic helps daughter, she joined our company. She is our first employee, Radhika, and she's still there with us. So she joined our company because she was looking for a job that time. So mom said कि done, तुम आ जाओ, तुम हमारे साथ packing जो हम करेंगे सब तुम्हें सिखाएंगे. तो मतलब और मतलब कुछ हमें आइडिया ही नहीं है कि क्या होगा. वी जस्ट kept her with us. So आयरन करना है, पैक करना है, कुछ भी. राधिका was helping us. So that was the only expense. So we kept like that 1 lakh as buffer. And we thought हम सिर्फ 1.5-2 lakhs की inventory लेके आएंगे. But we loved it so much when we went there that we ended up spending
all
everything.
3.
वापस आके जो हम मतलब 1 लाख हमारा बफर था, हमने वो भी खत्म कर दिया था बिकॉज इट वॉज अ बिग रिस्क ऑब्वियसली बिकॉज वी डिडंट नो इफ इट वुड मूव, इट वुड नॉट मूव. बट वी थॉट दैट टेस्ट करने के लिए दिस इज द राइट टाइम एंड वी कैन सी द पोटेंशियल ऑफ द आइडिया, वी कैन सी इफ पीपल आर रेजोनेटिंग विद द आर्ट फॉर्म, what the vision that we have in our mind. And another reason, actually, the 3 check boxes that I told, another thing that I feel that really pushed me was, why don't I own a chicken curry piece? Which I
You
always
didn't
say.
own till that time, but आपकी
I-
mom वो
my
करवा रही
mom-
होंगी ना.
My mom wore.
हाँ.
I didn't have a chicken curry.
Okay.
So that was another trigger. That as a 24-year-old, I know of chicken curry. Why don't I have it? Or why have I not felt the need? So I felt that there was just a lot of resonance that the art form had to do with the younger audience, whether it's in terms of like designs, even this crop top I'm wearing today. If you see, like this is all chicken curry hand embroidery. So,
Okay.
like this was the idea, like for me, that I want to make it resonate, the design, the brand language, the content, that I want make people like me to feel like they want a chicken curry, which is what I never felt. So all this like fit together, and yeah, that's how it started. Then
अच्छा sizes कैसे decide किया आपने?
sizes, मतलब assumption यही थी कि small, medium, large safe है, क्योंकि मतलब
Majority, हाँ.
मेजोरिटी वहीं पे है,
हाँ.
तो स्मॉल मीडियम लार्ज से स्टार्ट करते
33%.
या मतलब उस टाइम पे कुछ ज्यादा दिमाग लगाया नहीं था, ऑनेस्टली कुछ पता भी नहीं था, बट यही सोचा था कि स्मॉल मीडियम लार्ज इज सेफ.
And just for my own curiosity, आप हर डिजाइन के स्मॉल मीडियम लार्ज खरीद रहे थे,
हमने करा उस टाइम ये,
है ना?
हाँ, बट प्रोबेबली सही डिसीजन नहीं थी इन हाइंडसाइट. बट
कैसे करना चाहिए किसी को?
Honestly, I think there is enough data available today. ChatGPT है, सब है. आप सबकी help लेकर you can ask the right questions. That say I'm doing these 5 silhouettes, and in silhouettes के ये features हैं. तो basis the data that is available in the world, what is the sizes I should do? There are also some trends. So like now, obviously, we have our own data, so we read that to decide
Yeah.
which style. But in general, I think there is enough information out in the world. I didn't even know that this is something you're supposed to think about.
Yeah.
I just started. I didn't know that this is a challenge you're supposed to think about. क्योंकि quantity risk कम ही था. Like per design, we must have not picked up more than 10 pieces.
Okay.
We
For
didn't pick
design.
up too much.
हाँ. You
inventory,
optimized for
sizes.
designs,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you got. हाँ.
And what we did, I think, like, we spoke to the artisans, we spoke to some of the manufacturers, told them that we are taking 10 pieces and we are launching the brand on this date. We have a request, you keep 10 pieces aside for us.
कि कभी ऑर्डर आ गया तो that was smart.
Yeah, कि आप 10 पीस साइड रख दो. उस टाइम पे it worked out because it was COVID. So their inventory was lying. So they wanted someone to just come and sell whatever they had.
Yeah.
So that worked out. Probably today that is difficult because they don't have time or bandwidth to save any stock for you.
Yeah.
It's not like they're doing drop shipping, right?
Yeah.
So that time it worked out well because Lucknow was empty when we went. Like अब हम जाते हैं तो मतलब अब तो now we're obviously much deeper in the supply chain. We're actually going to villages,
जहाँ
right?
पे काम होता है.
Yeah, so now it's way different, but now, even when we go now, it's probably not the same. We really lucked out with the timing also. We believe that because COVID mein people were waiting for work. So when we went there and told them that keep some inventory aside and we're launching on this day, like within 10-15 days, we had some idea as to what design is moving first. So then we were calling for inventory after that.
So let's come to that, right? 1 जून जुलाई में आपने डिसाइड किया कि करना है, एंड आई गेस यू वर टारगेटिंग द अगस्त, वो तीज राखी वाला
सितंबर में
सीजन
मैक्स लॉन्च.
तो आपके शुरू के फर्स्ट 100 कस्टमर्स कैसे है?
So, my mom knows this only. Very, very funny story. I had, after I left my job, I had made my private Instagram account public.
Okay.
And I told my mom that I'm making this public because I'm going to launch a business and this will come into, this will be help. Like,
इतनी foresight है
हाँ
उसमें.
हाँ, I was like कि जो भी 2-3 हज़ार लोग भी होंगे, it doesn't matter that it has to be 10-20,000.
Yeah.
I'm making it public, 2-3 हज़ार लोग भी हैं तो एटलीस्ट इट्स बेटर देन जीरो. नाउ बिजनेस के तो जीरो फॉलोअर्स होंगे, लेकिन एटलीस्ट मेरे 2-3 हज़ार भी होंगे तो कुछ तो आएगा. दैट वाज द आइडिया. एंड I used to not post a lot of business stuff. I used to actually post a lot of personal content only. But somewhere my following, I think, was around 2,000-2,500. So I felt कि यही 2,000 लोगों से हम शुरू करेंगे. And I started building a lot of pre-buzz, I think 1-2 weeks before I did an official launch. So the first, I think, 500 followers on my House of Chicken Curry page
Came from your...
was a ripple effect of continuously posting on my own personal profile about the business. Friends of friends, or whoever follows me on Instagram. So that sort of started happening. And even the first few orders then we got were, some people say, very old schoolmates that I don't even speak to now, because that pre-buzz I was doing on my own personal page. So I don't know, now I think about it, like it seems very funny, like, and my mom now goes and tells this story to everyone. इसने पब्लिक बनाई ही इसलिए थी that, you know, she said कि मेरे को अपना ब्रांड लॉन्च करना, because only she knows these words, right? I didn't say it to anyone else. So she actually knows that I had this thought only in my head कि मुझे अपने फॉलोअर्स से कभी इतना वो नहीं था. मुझे बस ये था कि मेरे बिजनेस के लिए, you know, I get enough people to buy, like that pilot हो जाए. And yeah, that was the idea. So I think that's how it happened. The pre-buzz was a ripple effect of my own personal Instagram account. Then when we launched, we put a very small budget on, like around 10,000 a month.
But before that, right? Like for the first 100 customers, आप ये pieces ले आए हो लखनऊ से. अब आपने क्या अपने रूम में आईफोन लेके शूट कर लिया सब कुछ?
I called my 4 best friends from school and I told them that I'm starting this business, so come home, we're all doing a shoot.
अच्छा.
And we put up a very temporary backdrop, कुछ bedsheet लगाई हमने, backdrop भी नहीं बोलूँगी. We got a stand from Amazon, we put a bedsheet, iPhone shoot, 4 girls, me and my 3 best friends.
Okay.
No idea as to what we are doing and what is going to sell, but
You're wearing the outfits and walking.
yeah, wearing the outfits, shooting, doing 3 of us together, making some reels. Also, reels was very new at that time. Shooting some videos and whatever, because we were doing anything, because we were very used to like taking photos with each other. So
अच्छा, there was no camera shyness. इतना confidence कहाँ से आ रहा है?
So the 4 of us, that's why I chose my friends, because the 4 of us were so used to taking photos with each other
It
that I
felt
was
normal.
like कि हम लोगों को आपस में we will be comfortable.
हाँ, okay.
Right? If I get a 5th person now in between, it may be difficult for someone. And coincidentally, all 4 of my friends were in creative fields. Like I was in marketing. One of my friends has a fashion brand. The other one is a stylist. Sorry, 2 of them were stylists. So everyone came from a fashion creative background. And I would say they were much more confident than me. I was probably the most camera shy. So I shot the least amount of garments on myself because I told them, you guys are better. And that really helped. So, you know, and I think what worked out with that is that when we launched, it seemed authentic.
कि प्रोफेशनल है, कुछ तो कर रहे हैं.
कि प्रोफेशनल नहीं है.
अच्छा.
कि उल्टा चलता है इंस्टाग्राम पे. अगर वेबसाइट पे आपका प्रोफेशनल शूट सब चलता है ना, इंस्टाग्राम पे ट्रेंड ऑथेंटिसिटी का ही चल रहा है लास्ट 4 साल से. 2 years में it's increased a lot. So if you put a professional shoot, it doesn't work. It doesn't get reach versus something you're shooting from your iPhone. This started 4 years back. And a lot of people used to tell me that, you know, ग्रेड पर प्रीमियमनेस के लिए आपको प्रोफेशनल शूट्स ही डालने चाहिए. व्हाई आर यू डूइंग दिस आईफोन शूट्स? इट डजंट लुक प्रीमियम. एंड आई सेड दैट फर्स्टली आई डोंट हैव द मनी टू डू अ शूट. आई एम नॉट स्पेंडिंग $1 lakh on a shoot. I will do it and I will improve my quality as and when I make money.
Correct.
And that is my goal. I will keep improving every month. But when I make the money, I will not take that step before I make the money. Because I first need to understand if there is enough love for my product. If people are willing to buy this, even on a normal shoot or a normal person, I know what I can do with this when I have the money. So that was very clear that I will do everything with the money we make.
Yeah.
And we'll first understand if there is a space for a brand like this. I wanted that insight to come from customer
market,
authentically and the community authentically, rather than me pushing it through expensive shoots or rather than me pushing it through expensive marketing. That was very clear that we'll spend that time फर्स्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि इसमें है कुछ कि नहीं है.
तो आपने शूट किया और आपने अपने इंस्टाग्राम और अपने फ्रेंड्स के इंस्टाग्राम पे डाला.
या एंड अपने एच हाउस ऑफ चिकनकारी का पेज भी बन गया था तो उस पर भी डाला और 10,000 का कुछ बजट लगाया जो बूस्टिंग पे, क्योंकि ऑब्वियसली अगर आप नया स्टोर खोलते हो तभी भी यू हैव टू स्प्रेड द न्यूज, राइट? सो वी पुट 10,000 15,000 के अराउंड बूस्टिंग बजट, जिसमें वी वर बूस्टिंग दोज पोस्ट so that more traffic comes to see that okay, there is a brand like this that has come. That is about it. So,
And then people started messaging you on Instagram.
yeah, DMs for price and what is it, and a lot of people used to ask for COD, so it was difficult to convert. Then I used to use a lot of personalized like messaging in the sense, so for the first actually few months I gave my personal number to all customers.
Okay.
इतने थे नहीं मैसेज जितने भी थे, क्योंकि आई थॉट कि थोड़ा और ट्रस्ट आएगा इफ आई गिव माय पर्सनल नंबर कि I can if the Google Pay is coming on Akriti's number and Akriti is the founder behind it, there is more trust. So I think that is something I did, but I realized that my own life will go for a toss if I keep doing that. So I then eventually switched it. But
पहले 100 कस्टमर्स के लिए तो आप यही कर रहे थे.
हाँ, आई थिंक काफ़ी उसके बाद भी, बट एक पॉइंट पे आकर मैंने शायद फुल स्टॉप डाला था उस चीज़ पर, क्योंकि आई रियलाइज दैट मेरे पर्सनल मैसेजेस मुझे मिल नहीं रहे एनी मोर, like my own life. So I stopped that. I don't exactly remember when, but even on Instagram, I used to always make sure I mention my name. That hi, I'm Akriti, I'm the founder, and this is my number. So I just did that extra bit from my end कि अच्छा इनको trust आ जाए that I am like not going to take the money anywhere.
And what was the journey like from say 100 to the next 3,000 customers? What was working? What was not working?
Honestly, 100 to 3,000, I genuinely feel that everything was only working
Okay.
for us because we did not think to even get so much traction so soon.
Yeah.
So we thought everything was working only. कुछ हमने ये नहीं सोचा that nothing's working. Of course, there have been lessons and learnings and failures along the journey, and even till now, everything's working only. Like, you know, in 4 years, we've achieved more than we imagined. So definitely everything was working. I think we really doubled down on the content, like videos that we were making. We doubled down a lot on influencer gifting, like micro influencers. We used to gift them, and whatever content we got, we would post it on our page. And I shot a lot of content on mom. I would follow her around in the house, telling her कि आप जो भी दिन में कर रहे हो, I'll record it, I'll make a video and put it. That was the first video that went viral.
And you
for
were
us.
editing also yourself?
Yeah, editing,
Achha.
shooting, phone, like normal, like in short, but I was editing. And Reels was very new, but that was the first reel that went viral for us. That one video I shot on mom, it said something like follow our founder through the day, and it showed mom doing like 5-6 things in the basement, and it went viral for us.
And when you say viral, what do you mean? कि मतलब
I think first time we got 500k views.
Oh wow.
This is when we must have been in business for 4, 5, 6 months max. And 500k views and I think our followers went 10k increase in 1 week.
Okay.
So, and my dad would like follow personally that, you know, every day, every week, dad would send screenshots on the family group that followers have increased now 1,000.
How sweet.
Then he would send screenshot 5,000 today. So that week I received a screenshot from dad every single day because we were on like 1,500 followers increasing in a day. So then, you know, we started like getting more confident that okay, we know how to build content, so we can do it.
And what did you realize ki what kind of content works?
Authentic, only authentic. So I really, the fact that the face of the founder or the fact that the team or shoots being on the Friends is literally what worked. So it was because we were a new brand. For us to get trust, that was the best thing we could have done. And if I had to do it, I would do it exactly the same way again because it built such strong trust within the community that we were building. And I think mom's journey in itself was so relatable for so many people, you know, that I think that really had a great impact on the love the brand received. So that I think really changed the trajectory of how we thought that okay, we can do it ourselves authentically, organically. And then we really doubled down on content. Influencer marketing, we only did butter. So all these trends, you know, of micro influencers that use people less than 10,000 followers. These are now trends. We actually, I think, really lucked out and also understood these trends
Much
way before
earlier.
time. So we use micro influencers only. Like my criteria used to be whoever is below 5,000, I will send them a gift.
Okay.
Because they will give me good content
Yeah.
and probably will not ask for money because they
Yeah.
also want to grow.
Correct.
So that was the idea. So micro influencers and our content strategy is literally what worked for the first, I think, 2 years.
Okay. So it was not even about the ads or how you run the ads, it was the content.
There was no budget. Like
Yeah.
even if I ran the ads, I never ran ads on Facebook ads library, right?
Yeah.
I had learned how to do it. I was running 1 or 2 campaigns myself because जितना मेरी technical knowledge है उसमें एक और 2 campaigns ही हो सकते थे. I could not have done multiples of campaigns. I was not an expert in performance. I just understood from courses the most basic. So I made 2 campaigns, and Canva pe I used to make the creative of that and then tried it. But majority ads were happening through boosting. क्योंकि उसमें कुछ नहीं करना होता ना, बूस्ट कर दो
सही बात
ऑटोमेटिक
है, हाँ.
ऑटोमेटिक
Auto audience कर दो,
So
हाँ.
I was like, जब ये चल रहा है तो मैं इतना दिमाग फेसबुक एड्स लाइब्रेरी में कैसे लगाऊं? तो मिनिमल बजट जितना भी था सिर्फ वो बूस्टिंग में ही लग रहा था. And other than that, we didn't have a budget. There was no marketing. There was no shoot budget. There was no Facebook ads budget, Google ads budget. For 1.5 years into the brand, I think after 1.5 years, I probably started putting money on Google, 10,000 a month, and on Facebook, still very minimal, 30-40K a month.
Wow. And when you started, like Lucknow is full of chicken curry, right? आपको 200 रुपए में भी एक पीस मिल जाएगा, 1 लाख का भी पीस मिल जाएगा. आपको ऐसा ही लगा कि बहुत ज़्यादा कंपटीशन है या हाउ एम आई गोइंग टू डिफरेंशिएट माई सेल्फ हियर, और वॉज यू सेड कि कोई और ऑर्गेनाइज नहीं कर रहा था, बट ये थॉट आया माइंड में कि ऑलरेडी इतना सैचुरेटेड होगा हो सकता है मार्केट?
आई थिंक कॉन्फिडेंस यहीं से ही आ रहा था कि कर तो सब रहे हैं बट कोई ब्रांड क्यों नहीं बना रहा. दैट वाज द आइडिया एंड आई रियली थॉट दैट I obviously knew that eventually as my brand grows, my designs need to be differentiated, my supply chain needs to be deeper. ये सब challenges आएंगे, मैं घुसूंगी like ground level तक and I will fix it. But that's not my challenge to pick on day one. My challenge on day one is I need to first get the trust. So I was very sure कि मैं ये कर सकती हूँ. That 0 to 1, I was very confident I can do. 1 to 10, I will figure it out was the idea.
Sure.
That I will not think of the things I want to do later right now. We'll do it. We'll 100% figure it. And today all my designs are designed in-house by my team of designers who work with my artisans, work with everyone. All the sampling is done in Delhi. Then our vendors and our artisans in Lucknow are working on it. Everything is controlled in-house. But this is not the case when we
On day
started.
one, yeah.
And it's okay because product market fit के लिए मुझे जरूरत भी नहीं थी ना.
हाँ, सही बात
मुझे
है.
तो सिर्फ ये जानना था कि इस पे पोटेंशियल है कि नहीं इस आइडिया में. कैन आई गो अहेड? सो इट वर्कड आउट जस्ट फाइन एंड आई थिंक द ब्यूटी वाज इन द फैक्ट दैट नो वन हैड ऑर्गेनाइज्ड इट एंड आई रियली विद 100% confidence can say that there are now a lot of brands and there will be a lot of brands, but I can say with confidence that the intention we have to solve this issue from a ground level is so deep, and we've understood this problem so deeply of how to organize this art form, and it's not an easy task, and it may take us obviously some time to do it fully and properly, but I can say it with 100% confidence that we are willing and we are all in for this problem. Like my team is all in.
Wow.
Like we are like in depth of chicken curry. Every village, every artisan, we have gone and we have like figured what we need to do for the next few years.
Wow. So let's talk a little bit more about new products, new launches, right? Because for an apparel company, it's very important that you keep your freshness is a big metric, right? How do you discover new designs?
So now it's very different because now we have a lot of our own customer data, right? So we have a lot of learnings on what kind of new styles we launched, worked with our customers, what colors worked, what fabrics worked. So that leads to a lot of innovation we then do, new product development that we do.
कैसे होता है वो?
So हमने फॉर एग्जांपल जब हमने स्टार्ट किया तो हम लॉन्चेस कर रहे थे, देन वी वर रीडिंग इनटू इट, राइट, व्हाट कलर्स आर वर्किंग, व्हाट सिलुएट्स आर वर्किंग, व्हाट फैब्रिक्स वर्कड, व्हाट न्यू फैब्रिक्स कैन वी गेट,
Based on revenue.
या बेस्ड ऑन लाइक से इफ आई हैव 100 कस्टमर्स, उसमें से अगर 10 लोगों ने
Orange खरीदा है.
ऑरेंज किया है तो मेरा 10% ऑरेंज बिक
हाँ,
रहा है,
ठीक
राइट,
है,
तो
हाँ.
उसके बेसिस पे आगे की डिसीजन बन रही है. That is how we started experimenting more and with data driven decisions.
Any trends या any way to figure out कि क्या चलने वाला है, लोगों को अभी क्या पसंद आ रहा है?
सो अभी क्या पसंद आ रहा है वो तो आपके सेल्स है,
हाँ,
आपको बता देंगे. आगे के ट्रेंड्स के लिए देर आर रिपोर्ट्स, WGSN का पूरा रिपोर्ट आता है कि अगले साल के क्या ट्रेंड्स होंगे, लाइक व्हाट विल बी द काइंड ऑफ फैब्रिक्स, कलर्स एंड प्रिंट्स दैट विल वर्क इन द नेक्स्ट समर सीजन, नेक्स्ट विंटर सीजन. सो डिजाइनर्स वर्क
कभी
इन
follow किया
एडवांस.
आपने?
अब हम लोग करते हैं.
Work करता है वो?
या
अच्छा.
वर्ल्ड वाइड एवरीवनस यूजिंग इट.
Okay.
एवरीवन, ऑल फैशन ब्रांड्स.
WGSN.
WGSN का रिपोर्ट आता है. Every fashion brand is doing planning basis the WGSN
Okay.
report, and उसके ऊपर ही होती है पूरी प्लानिंग. सो दैट मिक्सड विद योर ओन कस्टमर इनसाइट. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल द रिपोर्ट सेज दैट नेक्स्ट ईयर ऑरेंज इज गोइंग टू बी अ हिट कलर. सो आई टेक दैट इनसाइट but mix that orange with data from my customers that
कि silhouette कौन सा, ये
हाँ,
कौन
कि
सा,
silhouette
हाँ.
कौन सा चला मेरा. So I can maybe put a silhouette that worked
Very
in an
interesting.
orange color. Or so our designers are working in advance on the trends. Our team of planners is like working with the data, and then we're combining that and launching designs.
Sure.
And then of course there is certain set of experimentation, say 5 to 10% we will keep for experimentation, which is not data backed. It is something new that we are
Of
doing,
course, yeah.
because we want to also innovate the
Innovate,
craft.
yeah.
Right, we're also here to, as a responsibility, we take it on us that इस craft में जो नहीं हुआ हम वो करेंगे. So velvet is a fabric that was never like used for chikankari embroidery. We did that 2 years back because it's a thick fabric. It's not easy to do it. Then that was a pure experiment that we did.
And
Then
how was it?
it was really good.
Yeah,
We do it
okay.
every year now.
Okay,
A lot of
okay.
brands have started doing it. And another trend was chikankari was originally only done with white thread. So like white embroidery on fabric.
Okay.
We started innovating with embroidery colors. We would
Okay.
use a pink thread. Like so some of our best selling styles are black outfit with a pink thread.
Okay.
So we started putting these little changes in the craft which didn't happen before, and we're seeing now widely accepted and happening at a big scale, which is very good.
Right.
Because we
gonna
were
expand
trying,
the industry,
we were
yeah.
trying to expand the industry. It was not that we want to take the whole pie. Please, feel free to expand it for our artisans. We're very happy. We'll continue to
Yeah.
do what we do best, and now our team's job is to find new fabrics. Like we build that team now to experiment on, okay, festive season में सिर्फ चंदेरी यूज होता था. We work on a lot of different kind of fabrics now, which can be more festive, used in the festive season. So it's a mix of trends, data, some experimentation, and then reading back. जब आपने कर दिया launch कि मेरे ये 30 styles थे, then you go back. Then you see out of those 30
किसने परफॉर्म किया?
किसने किया, क्योंकि हमने ये सोचा था कि ये 10 मेरे शायद बेस्ट चलेंगे, तो आपने उनमें शायद हाई बेट लिया होगा. लाइक वी ऑल्सो टेक दैट.
Yeah.
सो देन यू गो बैक दैट डिड इट अलाइन विद योर प्लान.
But when you come up with a new design,
Yeah.
do you just say put it on a graphic and you just start marketing it and then see, or you actually design the outfit, you design maybe 1 or 2 pieces, wait for orders to
Yeah.
come in, then expand? कैसे चलता है ये?
So, see, we are not fast fashion, right? So, in fast fashion, that's possible that you design 10 pieces and then you just, whatever moves, आप उसको 10 दिन के अंदर replicate कर सकते हो.
Okay.
We can't do that. We're a craft-based company, so we're actually
You have
slow
to stock.
fashion. We have to stock because it takes time. It's all embroidered in villages to make one design. Whether I get 10 pieces made or I get 1,000 pieces made, it's going to take me the same amount of time.
Which is how much?
Which is, so for us, like 90 to 120 days for like one design to come, which is slow fashion ethos, right? It is because the craft, the embroidery bit can only be done in villages. It is a skill that the artisans in the villages have. I can't skip that part, right?
Yeah.
So how we
But that's a big challenge because that means you have to
Yeah.
really bet on a design
Yeah.
and stock inventory for that.
So we do that, but we do it in a way that there is so much data involved in it that the risk for us of dead stock is very minimal. And we just figure out the cycle in a way where the dead stock risk is very minimal. We obviously can't, as fast fashion brands, like do 10 say in one garment. We do a little more than that, of course, but we also don't stock up a new design in thousands. We
You will
can't do
just
that.
tell your customer कि हमें 2 हफ्ते लगेंगे
लिमिटेड
देने में.
है,
हाँ.
लिमिटेड ही है. न्यू अगर कुछ आएगा.
हाँ.
एंड द आई थिंक the way we've tried to structure the thinking internally is that we're a slow fashion craft based brand, but with a fast fashion data driven thinking.
Right.
So we launch a lot more than most craft brands. We're launching every month.
How many designs do you launch every
We
month?
launch 50 to 70 designs
Oh,
every
that's a
month.
lot.
So what we've done is
और ये डिजाइन आपने 4 महीने पहले अप्रूव करा हुआ है, तभी तो आप हर महीने 50 लॉन्च
so
कर पा
the
रहे हैं.
planning is done in advance because we're a craft based company. Everything is planned in advance, but what we try to do is that we bring that fast fashion driven thinking on data, on planning in advance, on understanding data faster, taking faster decisions, so that the dead stock is minimal for us. So we use data in everything. There is no design that is approved other than the experimentation bit that we do by Akriti or Poonam ma'am. Like there is everything is very data oriented, from its price to the color to the silhouette to the like we try that, right? Of course it's not that we're 100% there yet, but that is what we're trying to do, because then inventory optimization is happening at a very like I would say optimum level.
बट सी जब आपके पास डेटा नहीं था, एंड जो लोग शुरू करेंगे उनके पास भी डेटा नहीं होने वाला 1-2 साल, वो कैसे करें एक्सपेरिमेंट फिर?
We did not take too much inventory in one style. We just
You
we
just
increased the
educated
width.
customers की वेट करो.
And we increased because we were in craft. We just said it's craft, so it's out of stock now. अब नहीं आ सकता ये. And we really focused कि अगर craft है तो width बढ़ा लेते हैं and depth कम कर लेते हैं शुरू में. Like you know, have
Variety
more
रखते हैं बस.
variety for people, क्योंकि obviously आपको कुछ तो रखना ही पड़ेगा ना उनके लिए to buy. But it's not easy initially. That is the biggest challenge, and even I feel at scale inventory is the biggest challenge any fashion brand has to like overcome. We are day in day out tracking that, and we have now professional people whose job is to full day just do this, right? And we want to even go deeper in this planning. So I take like Manevar, I think I saw a podcast, and Manevar's founder
Vedant, you must have
yeah.
seen, yeah.
And he mentions that they have 32 attributes on each garment that they read. And after that, I saw that podcast, I went back and I said, how many are we reading? How many are we reading? And even if we're not 30, we need to be at 15, right? Like, what are we missing? Like, if this is something that eventually helps us 20 years down the line, we need to start it today.
So what are some of those attributes?
Anything, like in Manevar's podcast, he said, no, like 32 attributes, like they read the textile, the embroidery embellishment, the arm length, like they have so many attributes which they're reading कि मेरे 100 में से अगर 10 बिके तो कौन से next style के बिके. And that is such an important insight. I remember sending that podcast to everyone in my team. I said, guys, everyone is coming on Monday after watching this. Please don't come to office without watching this, because it's just very important to have that sort of mindset, I think, built early on. And I'm really saying we're not there 100%.
Yeah.
We struggle a lot with building that system, but the idea is to eventually, be there and rely only on data and not human intervention for any design-led thinking that we do.
Also, were there any customer insights that were coming your way and you were incorporating that into product?
Actually, yeah, I think I don't remember if early on we did that a lot. I would obviously listen to the feedback if there was any quality thing or that they were mentioning. We would incorporate that. But towards the second, third year, I do remember some customer feedback that we took very seriously on products. Something about our, bottoms of certain products were not appropriate length because we didn't realize they were longer for the Indian average height. And then we kind of discontinued those products, got them back after fixing it.
But initially it was all craft driven.
Yeah. मतलब initially feedback आया भी होगा तो हमने fix कर दिया होगा. But I don't remember any major thing. Major thing probably was this bottom product that I remember. Then another feedback on these were some of the major feedbacks. A lot of feedback on restock sooner. Restock sooner.
Always the great feedback to have.
Yeah, it's a great feedback, but of course, being a craft, I think we've really struggled with that a lot and tried to educate people that we are trying our best,
Right.
but it is what it is.
Also, coming to content, coming to marketing, you are famously known for having everything in-house. You don't like to outsource it. How should founders look at it? In-house or agency or freelancers?
So I think in today's like day and age, everything like content has to be in house. I feel because the requirement for churning out the content, the timelines are so short. Like I know brands which are not even in clothing, which are like I read about a brand which is I think in the cleaning industry, and they churn out about 100 videos a month, and I don't know how many 300 400 statics a month. And I was just shocked. I told my team कि ये तो clothing में भी नहीं है. We should be doing more than this.
True.
Right? So I think the requirement of the speed and the amount you need to capitalize on trends for ads or social is so much, with short format videos becoming like reels, becoming like the core, that now I don't think people can waste time in the approval loop. So when you're starting out, my suggestion is, if possible, please learn how to shoot, edit yourself because that is a core skill that will
Yeah.
really help you and help you save money if you learn it yourself. If you can't learn it yourself, and then might as well get someone, maybe an intern who with college, for like a very minimal stipend would be willing to extend that support,
Right.
because they would be able to do it part time, and they are these, Gen Z, they're very hands on with
What's
all these
trending,
apps and these
हाँ.
trends. So maybe that would be the suggestion I would have for people. But best is to learn it yourself, I feel, early on. I did that, and I think that was the best decision, because we saved a lot of fixed cost for the first 1.5 years by doing everything myself.
Sure.
And my mom like on the production and packaging side.
Okay, so Manushi Chillar, Alia Bhatt, Tripti Dimri, Meera Kapoor, Shraddha Kapoor, list goes on, right? I can't name all of them also now. How did you get all of them to wear your clothes?
Honestly, we still do a lot of cold messaging. When I started the brand, I did a lot of cold messaging on Instagram. I had this one message which I used to send, that this is a new brand, this is the story of the brand, and we would like to send you a gift if you'd like.
Directly to the celebrity.
Sometimes directly, sometimes stylists. So everyone, stylists, celebrity, big influencers, everyone. We used to cold message, and we did get lucky early on. People like Masoom Meenawala responded, called for the gift, and actually wore it.
Okay.
So, and tagged us, which was so. There were a lot of these things that happened, which were all cold messages. So probably we must have sent 100 messages. Usme se 15 must have replied, 4 must have posted. Like I'm just telling you the funnel of conversion, but it is that is what you're supposed to do. You have to tell your story to people, and you can just hope the story is strong enough to click. And of course, after they receive the product, it's the product. सो मतलब फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट प्रोडक्ट अच्छा होना चाहिए, राइट? क्योंकि आपको अगर वो मंगवा भी लेंगे फोटो देखकर, तो एंड में तो उनको प्रोडक्ट अच्छा लगना चाहिए, बिकॉज इन्फ्लुएंसर्स विल नॉट wear it if they don't like the product.
Correct.
So that I think we did a lot. Even today we do that a lot. We are obviously now, over the years, we've built our own network with certain brand advocates, who've been brand friends since the start, stylists who know the brand. So we message a lot of stylists also, and that is how it works.
And you found these stylists through
On
Instagram. Cold message करके आपने relationship build किया.
Yeah. On Instagram, everything is available on Instagram. You just have to, you go on any celebrity's page, they tag the stylist, just make your own list, and start with maybe stylists of celebrities who usually get spotted. That's a nice way to go about it, because someone who is not interested in getting spotted, then how will you get a photo?
Right.
So that's how I made my own list, that okay, who comes on these paparazzi pages, let's make their list. Then who are their stylists, who are the good influencers who tag brands if they receive gifts. So a lot of influencers get gifts, but they don't tag. But there are people who are doing it. You can see the pattern. So you make that list and then reach
Very
out.
clinical, huh? Like from the beginning, you're following such strong processes everywhere.
All in my
Where
head.
is this knowledge coming from? Like
It was just, what do I do if I don't have the money, right? So it was just that if I don't have the money, I need to figure out a way to make it happen. And I can't hire a PR agency. I can't pay someone 4 lakhs. So it was just, I think just a very deep drive to find a solution without having the funds.
Right.
And then you just do anything, right?
Yeah,
Because you're
yeah.
like, कैसे इनके पेज पे मैं दिखूं? तो it's just back calculation, you know,
Yeah,
what all you
yeah,
can do. And you try, and I feel that I think when I was doing it myself at the time, I did not ever take it personally. I used to think I have to wake up, my job today morning is to message 200 people.
In one
एंड
day.
या ओवर फ्यू डेज
हाँ.
वट एवर कि आज मेरा सुबह का काम है 20 लोग 30 लोग जो भी कि दिस इज माई जॉब एंड दिस इज वट आई एम सपोज टू डू एंड देन आई फॉरगेट आया रिप्लाई तो ठीक है वरना आई विल गेट बैक एट इट आई विल मेक अ सेकंड लिस्ट
Yeah.
I can't give up, right? It's fine. Maybe like someone with 1 million followers won't reply. Then I used to have list, I remember, 1 million, then 500K, then 100K, then 30K. So it was in an order कि पहले हम 1 million वालों को, पहले हम celebs को भेजेंगे and stylists को, फिर हम 1 million को भेजेंगे. नहीं आएगा, then we'll move on to the next. कोई तो होगा, right? Someone might be there who will
Amazing,
reply.
man. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, fun times.
Also, talking about Shark Tank, right? You got such a fantastic deal. And I'm sure that, you know, it helped House of Chicken Curry a lot. I want to ask, how did you capitalize on that uplift, right? So what was the uplift and how did you sustain it? How did you capitalize on it?
Shark Tank was in 2022 Jan, and we, I think, were doing about 1 crore a month before that on average. And post Shark Tank in the month of Jan, which is a winter month, which is a very
Off-season
month for us, we did 3 crores in sales.
Okay. 3 times.
We had no idea what, how, and no one expected it. We didn't even have stock. So we preponed all our launches from March and April to Jan कि अभी launch कर देते हैं. And we have no idea how we did it. And we had very major bad 2 months after it because we got stocked out. And it is a crafted product. So
Right.
like I said, I can't manufacture it overnight. It takes time. So we celebrated Diwali that here in Jan. This is a standard line in office that we all use कि हमारी 2023 में दिवाली Jan में थी.
Okay.
And it was amazing, obviously. Like, you know, we realized there was so much love that we received from customers who followed the brand before Shark Tank. I think we were at 140K, 130K followers. Shark Tank के बाद 200K हो गए थे. And there were so many messages we received that we follow your brand before Shark Tank. So remember, we're the loyal customers.
Oh, okay.
So there was just so much love that we were so overwhelmed by it. And after that, revenue-wise, honestly, we had really bad months, 2-3 months, because we figured that stock out हो गया है, अब हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते. फिर हमने वहाँ से समझा, and operationally it was a mess. We didn't have the team to manage dispatches at that scale. We did not even know, and we didn't prepare because we didn't know what would happen. And you get to know 2 days before that your episode is going to come. How are you in the world possibly going to prepare in 2 days? और craft led product में तो 2 महीने कम है, तो 2 दिन तो बहुत ही short notice हो गया. So then, yeah, I mean, we had a hard time fixing a lot of things after 2 months. Operationally as well, we realized we needed a stronger team. We realized we needed more seniors. My round was also closing with my investors, Piyush and Aman, that time. That took a while to close, due diligence and everything. That round closed, and then the focus became team building for the next 1.5 years. So we were completely okay with the fact that ठीक है, मतलब boost आया और वो अगर वापस चला गया normal पे, it's fine. We have to now make that peak that we got a new number, right? Sustainable number for every month. And what do we need to do for that? So we started building on team, and I think 1.5 years it was just team. Like I would say अभी भी वो तो चलता ही रहता है, but 1-1.5 साल काफ़ी मेरा सिर्फ टीम बिल्डिंग में गया है, where I really focused on getting the right people, the right seniors to lead the mini departments, right? So that now we could move towards more growth oriented things. What next? How can we innovate better? How can we go deeper? What else can we do in this space? So we wanted to focus on that. It took us a good amount of time to come back, I would say, to that peak number. And it took us a lot of effort to realize what needs to be fixed and how do we do it sustainably, more importantly, how do we build it with profit, with team sustenance and also, like, making sure that this is a sustainable business for the artisans also we work with. It took us a while. Like, I think it was a very challenging time for 1.5 years. And I would say that I really think that the mentorship of, the two people that I have and their teams possibly made it happen. There was a lot of hard work that went into place from our end, but the guidance was really, really helpful to help us put our head in the right place as to what needs to be done now.
Looking back, would you change anything?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Like, what do I change? If I change anything, then I won't learn so much. So obviously, when I'm going through a challenge, you cry, you feel that, oh my God, why is this happening? Can this part just, fast forward, and can I just go to the good part? I think I've had those moments a lot of times the last year, that, okay, ho gaya, bas ab bhai, matlab aage karo isko, switch off and take me to the good part.
Right.
But I think when you look back, you realize that there's so much resilience you build internally, and there's so much you learn, that if that didn't happen, how would you be better prepared for today? So looking back, I would never change anything.
Yeah.
But if you ask me today if I would change a challenge I'm facing today, I may tell you yes.
Sure.
Please change this. Please, let me skip to the good part. But
Yeah.
looking back, of course, everything feels like it helped me and my mom in some way to
Get
be
here.
better entrepreneurs.
Okay, Aman or Piyush, your favorite shark?
I can't pick. I'm really thankful to both of them and both of their teams. And I'll always like remember, in my life, wherever I go, that the two of them and their teams, what they have done, it was a life-changing moment for us. We're both, mom and I, first-time entrepreneurs. There's no one in our family who has this experience. So for us, that mentorship is what we went to Shark Tank for, not the money, and that's what we got. And we've done a
Wow.
seed round also now. Under their guidance, we've closed another round of 4 crores very recently. So we couldn't have imagined this, right? Like, how would we learn? Like, they've literally, I also feel like a lot of times, like, I've been spoon fed, but I'm really, really like grateful for Shark Tank.
Sure.
And both the sharks, the teams, amazing. Like, I have all good things to say.
No, I'm not looking for bad things either. But okay, talking about survival, like this is a space where barrier to entry is not that high. So many people do start fashion companies and then they realize dead stock, such high returns, right? 45-50% returns generally in the industry, a very high CAC, customer acquisition cost. How have you, sort of avoided these pitfalls?
Honestly, I feel that even CAC is high today for everyone, right? And probably every industry is crowded. What really worked out, I feel, or even works out for brands, new age brands that are coming in any industry today, is you pick I think picking the niche was a good idea. In hindsight, now I think about what worked out and what are the things that work well. If anyone is entering a crowded space, you pick up a niche which is a white space. The advantages you have, I think, of picking a niche is just that a niche comes with its own set of loyal audience already, right? So I'm building a fitness brand versus I'm building a yoga brand. I am already targeting enthusiasts, yoga enthusiasts. So it comes with people who are already loyal to yoga. And then that sort of transfers to the loyalty to your brand. So I feel picking a niche will always work out better. So like doing, I would say, I don't know, baby food, for example, right? You're already targeting
Yeah.
a very loyal new mothers or pregnant mothers who will be your audience. So the loyalty factor is already built in a niche, which is what you can leverage on really early on. So I think that's something that really worked out for us because we were niche. And I've seen a lot of very successful brands these days, new age brands, have picked up niches. And then when you grow, you expand.
You expand, yeah.
But to begin that and get that trust, get that repeat, get that loyalty to sustain the high CACs. Because आपको high CAC के लिए repeat orders ही चाहिए.
हाँ, और
कोई उसका आंसर नहीं
Correct,
है.
हाँ.
So to build that repeat purchase, you need a very strong community.
Makes
And
sense.
that only a niche can give you versus a generic, brand.
And what about returns?
So returns in clothing, generally are very high only compared to any other industry. So how we tackled is cash on delivery. Like I said, 2 years
Yeah.
हमने करा ही नहीं था.
हाँ.
तो that helped a bit because जो returns होते हैं जो accept हुए बिना वापस आ जाते हैं, RTOs कहते हैं. तो RTOs नहीं आए थे हमें कोई भी पहले 2 साल. That's how we managed initially. And then yeah, I mean we used to do a lot of calls for every order. Like up करते हैं, मतलब पहले तो COD था नहीं, but अब cash on delivery orders के लिए we'll call the customer, is it confirmed? We also have automated journeys. After they place a cash on delivery order, they'll get a message to confirm or cancel. So then automatically it gets cancelled. So it doesn't go out of the warehouse.
Yeah.
So then eventually we build all these things into
Okay.
place. So all this helps to, you know, keep the return to origin check. There's a lot of partners that have come now who help you, like, you know, check out partners who will help you like figure out if this is a high risk order, mid risk order, low risk
Phone
order.
numbers identify करते
हाँ, तो फिर आप जो मिड टू हाई रिस्क होते हैं उनको हमारी टीम कॉल्स करती है. एंड अगर कभी कभी हम उसको प्रीपेड में भी कन्वर्ट करते हैं के लिए वील सेंड देम अ कोड, यू कन्वर्ट टू प्रीपेड गेट 5% ऑफ. सो वी डू अ लॉट ऑफ दीज थिंग्स नाउ at scale to like keep that number in check. But early on it was just not having cash on delivery, honestly.
Right.
That made a lot of things easier.
Sure. So, is there an untapped opportunity today in this space?
There is, I think, a lot of untapped opportunity wherever you want to build. I really feel in clothing in general, menswear, ethnic is still a very broad space. There is just a Manyavar. So there is really no brand other than a Manyavar. And Manyavar is obviously Manyavar, but that doesn't mean that there is no space for a new brand to come in. Also, I feel that largely ethnic wear or clothing is still 90% plus unorganized. सिर्फ 10% ही हमारा ऑर्गेनाइज रिटेल है कंट्री में. तो जो 90% अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड है आप उसको ऑर्गेनाइज कर सकते हो. ऑल्सो फील इवन an ethnic wear, I've lately been seeing a lot of ethnic wear brands for Gen Z specifically. So there's no ethnic wear brand that exists just for Gen Zs.
How is that going to be different than a normal?
The silhouettes, the designing, the language, brand language, the way the founders come and talk. I've been seeing a lot of brands. They've been doing really well. The content strategy, again, right?
Wow.
And the styling, how you're wearing it. The Gen Z is a completely different audience, how they're styling products. So I think that's a great space because Gen Z is going to be the
New
audience
consumers,
who's going to be,
yeah.
you know, shopping for the next 20 years. So then I think that's a great space. So there is definitely space, but you have to really know what do I want to build and for who.
Do you know white space today that you can share with people?
This Gen Z menswear, I think there is a lot that one can do.
And while they go about building this, what should they keep in mind?
I mean, I think you need to be really clear on your audience. I think you just have to be very clear on who you're targeting and how. Like the language of the brand, the language you choose to speak has to really resonate with that person that you're trying to target. And I think anyone who has really understood content and importance of content, importance of connecting with the consumer, no matter how crowded the space is, if you know you can connect with your consumer, I think there is space for everyone. You need to really know how to nail that content and get that message right.
Also, any messages for moms who want to start businesses, you know, after your experience?
I would say please start, moms. No, I would really want to see more stories of moms coming out and, you know, getting out and figuring out what their true purpose and passion is. I'm all for it. I think I've seen that journey so up close with my own mother that there is nothing that truly makes me happier. Like I think happier for her than I am for me that she's a part of this journey, because I feel that finding that purpose is so important for our mothers. They just spend their whole lives around us, and like their whole lives is dedicated to their family and their kids, for most people I'm saying, and generalizing the statement because they never prioritize themselves. And I think when moms just go out and take that one step for themselves, they truly find happiness, and that makes you as a family very happy, right? Because she's happy, so you're happy.
Yeah.
So I think that is something that I have really enjoyed. I truly am very grateful for this, that this has happened to her. And I would really encourage all moms that please don't be scared. Go out and do it. Whatever it's, no one has to always, not everyone has to build 100 crore or 1,000 crore brand, right? It's not the numbers. Numbers don't matter. You can do it at a small scale. You can do it through exhibitions. You can do it through your little home, your little space. Find your purpose, find your passion. You can even go paint. You don't even have to do anything monetary. Something that makes you truly happy. You can do fitness. Find that happiness. It doesn't just mean that happiness is money or a business. I just really want moms to go out there and do something like for themselves. Whatever it is. And I would really like, I hope someday do a community event with all moms and like, get them together and encourage this, because I really strongly believe in it. So I think that would be my one thing message for all moms.
Okay, throughout this journey, like it's been a ride, right? Has there been a moment when you felt like giving up?
A lot of moments like this. If you ask my husband, it probably happens every 3 days. But probably, see, you feel like giving up, but you can't. That's the truth. So if you talk about feeling like giving up, I think it's happened a lot. There have been a lot of stressful days, but you can't. Obviously, like you feel it in the heat of the moment and the stress, and you feel that, okay, bus ho gaya, I can't do this anymore, I'm done. But you wake up the next day, you look at yourself in the mirror, and you think that there's so much responsibility you have, for your team, for the people you work with, your artisans, your vendors. Like that is what I feel, right? Like I can cry, I can feel that one night before, but the morning I wake up and I think about everyone else, I'm just like, okay, just get back to work and stop all this nonsense. So like it's just the feeling. You're just so overwhelmed with so much, but you really can't. I mean, you can't give up. Like when there's just so much at stake, not for yourself, but so many people, I don't think it's possible to
What
give
was
up.
one moment that really took you there?
I think
And then how did you sort of overcome it?
last year, probably, I think I went through a hard time building my team. So hiring, firing, like, that whole process of figuring out and building a team. And while the team was getting built and not getting built, there was a lot of work I was taking on my plate along with all this, along with fundraise. So there was like a point where I was building the team, managing the team's work because team is not yet built, doing my own work, doing fundraise. And I don't know what also. There was just too much at one point and the team was just not getting built. And it also takes patience, right? Someone new will come. It's not gonna
Yeah.
change overnight. Like they will take time to train. You will also understand. Some will fit, some will not fit. So I went through this really hard time, 4-5 months of really figuring out what do I do? Like how do I make a team overnight? Right? So that some burden gets transferred. I think that was I had really, I think mentally I went through a very hard time. It's a lot better now, but there are still days. But yeah, I think last year was probably the most testing time in my life yet. I would say yet because there can be more. But yeah, but it's okay. See, you learn. I also feel that was the first time I'd ever been so stressed, right? Because I had not seen that level of stress before. Now, if it's the first time,
It hits.
for the second time now something happens, similar things are happening, and I'm at peace. So you learn to live with the chaos. But because it was the first time, you just get scared or anxious or overwhelmed. Now I've accepted that this is the journey. You live with the chaos, you enjoy the chaos, you come back home, you try to not look at the phone and not think about it.
And how has it been working with your mom? Because a lot of times this can go the wrong way also.
Yeah.
So how has it been for you? And how do you divide roles?
Our roles are actually very perfectly divided, and that's why I think it works out pretty well. Our strengths are very complementary and different. My mother is more involved on the production and quality and in inventory side of things. I'm more into growth, marketing, fundraising, everything. So it's very equally split, and we are both the decision makers in our respective areas for product, costing, everything, fabric. She's the final decision maker. Like I would also go to her. I would not be able to take that decision myself. And the other parts I handle. So it's pretty good actually. And I really think that the reason we're successful is because my mother was with me. I don't think I could have done this alone. And I really think that there's just so much positivity that comes into the purpose because she's there. And because she's really, if you ask her how many, she would know how many orders we're shipping like per day because she's involved with the operations team. But if you ask her revenue and all, she really has no idea.
Yeah.
She's not doing it for that. You know, she's just like my job is that मुझे quality अच्छी देनी है, मुझे तुम्हें costing का guidance देना है, I have to make sure all my orders are going on time. That's my job. इसके beyond अब जो है वो तुम देखो, right? So she's very clear on her purpose, and I think she brings that very positive vibe and keeps us all very grounded, keeps the team very happy. They're all very like they're like a
Fans.
family to her. Like I think all of them, which is I think her impact
Yeah.
more than mine.
Are there any habits, rituals that help you get through this stress? Anything that helps you succeed?
If you have any, please share so I can incorporate those in my life. But I don't know. I don't have any
Sleeping is my ritual.
I think I really just try to get in a workout. There was a time where I was not able to do it for 4-5 months, and that was hard. I think it really affected me mentally even more. So I really try that I get in some physical activity because in the morning before going to
Yeah,
work, so
yeah.
that there is some stress release happening. So that is what I'm actively trying. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I'd keep trying things, but I'm never able to keep it consistently going
Yeah.
on. But if you have some tips, please
Sure.
do tell me.
Okay, one advice for students and early professionals who are looking to start out.
Just start. I just feel just start. The earlier the better, right? And don't make it too late to start because the older you get, the more responsibility you have. You know, so my brother is right now 21, 22, and he's planning to start his own thing. And that's what I always tell him, that you're so lucky.
Yeah.
That you're 22 and you know you have 8 years. I only had 6 before 30.
Yeah.
So you have 8. So you can also fail more.
Yeah.
Right? You can learn more. So if you fail more, you learn more. And I think that is something that is very, very important, that जल्दी गलती करो, जल्दी सीखो. क्योंकि जब आप, you know, once you're 30 or 30 plus, if you're married, then you have kids, there is also people dependent on you, right? Like there is a family, then support that you have to provide to a child if you have a child. Risk-taking appetite becomes lower as we grow. So I think we should just all start very young so that we know कि हम किस direction में जा रहे हैं.
Sure. And what's the best advice that you've ever received?
Delegate everything that you do. This is something that I've received very early on, that everything that you do today, 6 months from here, wherever you're sitting in the timeline, 6 months after, there should be someone else who should be doing that thing and you should be on to the next as a founder.
Yeah.
So I really try to focus on this, and that's how I focus on team building. I try to internally reflect a lot on what are the things that are taking my time and what can be delegated. What do I need a person in my team for? There are some things which are very difficult, which are not being able to, transfer from me, which is what I'm working on. But it's overall helped me a lot. And I try to think of this like from me and my mom both, right? That what is mom doing? Where is her time going? Who can I get in her team? And what am I doing? Where is 90% of my time going versus where it should go now?
Yeah.
Like, where should I be focused? Because if so my team has to work on present, right? Day to day, but I have to be future forward looking. If I am also involved in day to day, then who is thinking about the next step?
Yeah.
So I try to position my mindset around that and try to work towards that.
Sure. Great. This brings us towards the end of the conversation. How did you like it? Do you think we've actually covered stuff that will help people start companies?
Firstly, thank you, and thank you for having me. And I hope that I could add value. And there are things that I've shared from my personal journey, which are all very, very raw and authentic. I really hope it adds value. And I just feel that I got a lot of courage from people around me when I started, from a lot of podcasts that I still watch. I get a lot of courage from people who are at 100 crore plus revenues, 1,000 crores, what their challenges are. And it's very relatable for me. So I just feel that someone who hasn't started, if they can, get anything out of this, that okay, this happens to everyone, because it actually does happen to
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah.
Like when I look at podcasts of people who are like much bigger than me, I sometimes get shocked कि अच्छा इनको भी ये thoughts आती हैं. If they are feeling this, then तो फिर normal है. So I feel that feeling is very important. And again, just start. Like, my one thing to everyone, we just don't think so much. Start and figure it out on the way. Like,
Yeah.
don't try to solve 100% on day one.
Right. Okay, so we'll end with your most fun memory of building House of Chicken Curry.
My most fun memory. Yeah, every milestone comes back to Shark Tank for me, honestly. My most fun memory is, I think, it's not a memory, but it's just that every 3 months, when I look back, I kind of laugh at myself only.
Okay.
Because I probably cry for the stupidest things in hindsight. And then 3 months later, like, my mom and I will discuss that, oh my God, we were so stupid. We did not even know this. So we have this like reflection session.
Right.
It's not a fixed date that we have it on, but
It happens.
every random, 2-3 months, we'll look at each other and be like, 1 year back, we didn't even know this. So, and I actually, thought to myself, like some days back, that I'll start like recording my life. Like every 1 week,
Okay.
I'll like shoot something on myself and I'll say that this is what I'm crying about today. And like I want to look back at it, and laugh, because it is so funny. Some of the things we didn't know. Like
Yeah.
we were like हम business बना रहे थे and हमें ये भी नहीं पता था कि मतलब how to make a sample, for example, क्या terms होते हैं industry में, technical terms चीज़ों के, we didn't know anything. So now we find it funny, and like now you'll see my mom using those terms. Like I'll be like, भाई 1 साल पहले तो कुछ नहीं पता था, अब आप ऐसे terms use कर रहे हो कि you know everything. So yeah, I think that part is just fun. The reflection of the journey
Right.
is,
And how far you've come.
yeah, it's very fun in terms
Yeah.
of not just the numbers, it's in terms of the learnings.
But that's also very inspiring for people, right? Because that means you really don't have to know everything on day one. You can just start and figure it out.
You really don't. Trust me, I still don't. Trust me, all you need is a mindset to learn. If you have a mindset that you will learn, if you have a mindset that you will figure it out, that is all that matters. And you also need people in your team with that mindset. You can't have someone in your team who says, "Ye nahi ho payega." So that is a very big pet peeve for me. I think I cannot hear it's not possible. I'm like, what's not possible? Everything is possible. This brand was also not possible. So I keep telling them, this chicken curry mein kisi ne nahi kiya tha, right? This was not possible. So we made it happen. We can make it happen. I think that just that mindset is a game changer. Everything else can be figured out.
Sure. No, thank you so much for this. It's been an honor having you.